And the reason for that is because you had a guy like Rudy who was just the best shot blocker in the league, and Bojan is good enough to where he can funnel the defender. He's not great. He's not going to lock him down, and be all over him and stuff like that. But what he can do is, I want you to go this way and funnel you to Rudy Gobert, who's going to just, if good luck. And that's what getting a guy like Bojan could do. Is you have Anthony Davis, who's just a monster and the best help defender in the league this season. Now what that means is now like guys like Bojan, and if you could get serviceable, sizable guys, like even Fournier, I don't really want Fournier, but the reason I'm okay with like 6'6" guys is because if they can at least, all they have to do is just stay in front of the guy, use their size to bump the guy, and funnel them to Anthony Davis and let Anthony Davis clean up the mess. Right, and that's what Anthony Davis is good at. That's what he's been good at all year. That's why we're a great defensive team when Anthony Davis is playing at his peak, because we have 6'1" guys that are able to funnel. Problem is that when we're not able to funnel them to Anthony Davis, they're just shooting over us, and it's becoming a problem. And teams are starting to get hot, things like that. We don't have the rotation ability. Like the Celtics,
and we can't close out right now. That's a huge issue that I'm having. We cannot close out.
The Celtics game was a beautiful example of why we need size. So the reason the Lakers got back into the game against the Celtics is they ran Russell Westbrook, Austin Reeves, Troy Brown, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. The smallest guy on the court was Russell Westbrook at 6'3", 6'4". You had Austin Reeves at 6'5" with like a 6'7", 6'8" wingspan. You had Troy Brown 6'6" with like a 7-foot wingspan, 6'11" wingspan, something like that. You had LeBron James, you had Anthony Davis, and Russ, even Russ being like 6'3" or whatever, he still has like a 6'7" wingspan. So you basically had 5 guys, and all they did was just switch. That was it. Don't fight over pick. Don't do anything. Every time they set a pick, like Russ would be on Troy Brown, and then they would set a pick to try to get Troy Brown free. So Russ would go on Tatum, and then Brown would go on Brown, and then they would just keep switching. LeBron would switch, Anthony Davis would switch. Everybody was just switching because you had the size, and it was a problem for the Celtics because they were able to match the size, the youth, the athleticism, all that stuff, and they were able to get back in the game and make it difficult for Boston. So Boston wasn't able to get the easy buckets. They were just shooting over a 6'1" Patrick Beverley. That was the difference. So that, to me, that Celtics game undoubtedly proved we need to just go get size. We need to go get wing guys so that way we could play like that an entire game rather than like only in like the fourth quarter doing that. Because imagine, even if we just had like, just for example, like let's say we do the pick. Let's say we could work it out to where we get Bojan and Saddiq Bey, right? Okay. Not saying we will, but let's just say we can, right? If we get that, now you have Saddiq Bey, Troy Brown, Walker, Reeves, Bojan. I don't know if I said Bojan, LeBron, all these guys. So now you got several guys that now you can play ample minutes and all like rotate and alternate, and you could just run that switchable defense and just keep switching on guys, and you're going to match up perfectly, and then if you're playing Minnesota or something like that, then, put Thomas Bryant in or something like that, right? And have him and then match size with size. Or if you go do the Spurs deal, Jakob Poeltl, whatever, like you're changing the 3 guys or 2 guys or whatever that you're going to trade to get that deal, trading for another 6'6", 6'7" guy and Josh Richardson, who's got, again, a 7-foot wingspan. And so basically you just got another Troy Brown or whatever, who's a better, more consistent shooter, who now you can, again, do that switchability. Those are the lineups the Lakers need to run from here on out. They need to run guys. No more of those 4-guard lineups because we can't shoot. If Dennis Schroeder was if Dennis Schroeder, Patrick Beverley, and Russell Westbrook were all 36 to 40% 3-point shooters, sure, because you could just shoot everybody out the gym. But they're not. They're not, and that's the problem. You don't have shooting, and you don't have the size to maintain defense against these other teams. And
it's the length right now that's killing us.
But we just proved against the Celtics we have lineups that can compete with a sizable team. Like the Celtics are big. They weren't as big last night because they didn't have Al Horford or Time Lord or guys like that. But they had 5 guys that were 6'7" and above. So it's like,
Yeah.
so like they were still bigger than the Lakers, but we were able to match up because we just switched on everything. So guys weren't getting the open looks that they usually get. That's my point.